Okay guys, have I ever got an insane story for you guys about Arber Xhekaj? Alright? This guy went from being an employee at Costco to becoming a promising prospect of the Montreal Canadiens after an impressive training camp to being suspended indefinitely from the OHL. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. So, our boy, Xhekaj, has been playing for the Kitchener Rangers again this season in the OHL, and he's been on fire down there. Looking pretty sharp, looking good. He's the team tough guy, and he's one of the best defensemen on the team. He's been putting up some crazy points. Things are all going fine and dandy for him down there until the slew foot incident, okay? And then it just snowballed from there. So let's cover the slew foot incident first. Xhekaj was suspended 5 games just a little while ago for this dirty play late in the game. Look at this. Third period. The game's pretty much over. And yeah, geez, pretty ugly stuff, Arber. What the hell are you doing? Anyway, the axe came down on old Arby's hands. He served a suspension, but while he was out and not even playing, there was a shitstorm brewing for his team. And in the eye of this shitstorm was a guy named Mark Woolley. You see, Xhekaj's team, the Kitchener Rangers, their arch nemesis rivals on the ice right now is the Owen Sound Attack. And on November the 12th, there was a heated game between these two rival teams, and during the physical affair, Mark Woolley of the Owen Sound Attack just destroyed a teammate of Xhekaj's here, absolutely fells him in, and then look at this, he skates by the Rangers bench and begins taunting them, acting like king shit. Mark Woolley is also the captain of the Owen Sound Attack right now, and he was feeling pretty good here, look at him. But guess who wasn't feeling pretty good about this incident? Disgruntled Costco employee turned Montreal Canadien, Arber Xhekaj. He was furious. He marked the date the next time these two teams played on his calendar, and he was ready. Because the next time these two teams met, since this bench taunting incident, was on December the 3rd. And guess who is back into the lineup? Ha ha! That's right. Arby's, we have the meats. And during the first period of the game, these two square off at center ice. Mark Woolley definitely knew this was coming, but he's okay. He's cool. He's feeling it. And they begin just chucking bombs here. And let me tell you, both of these guys were trading them. Smack after smack until Woolley's helmet comes off, and then bam, look at that. Xhekaj gets him with a quick right. It's a bit of a shocker, and it just clocks him. Woolley goes down looking like he's going to need a poke flute to wake back up, and Xhekaj skates away, taunting and acting like a 20-year-old who just won a big fight against a rival would act. Now after the fight, things would continue to get strange, as Xhekaj would suit up and play 2 nights later against the Sarnia Sting, but then a couple of days after that, on December the 7th, the Kitchener Rangers were told by the OHL that Xhekaj is going to be suspended for an undetermined amount of time. And that sucks ass. Because Xhekaj was having a really good year up until these extracurricular on-ice activities began happening. So it's a bummer for him, but what do you do? Xhekaj did give an interview about the incident after the game, sort of defending his actions and offering explanations. And here's what the guy had to say. Quote, "We talked at center ice and both knew we were going to fight. It's just on me sticking up for my teammates and letting them know that I've got their back. You never like to see a guy down like that, but when you get into fights like that, anything can happen." The article goes on to say Woolley hit his head on the ice after falling from the decisive punch and was visibly shaken as he was helped off the ice. He did not return to the game, but he was seen after the affair in good spirits. Xhekaj said the animosity stemmed in part from Kitchener's last month's tout against the Owen Sound, one that he had to watch from the sidelines while serving a suspension for a slew foot. "It was a number of things," said Xhekaj. "It was mainly last game. I was sitting up in the press box and watching them kind of toss us around and bully us, and obviously I can't do much, and I'm just biting my tongue up there in the press box waiting to get out there." And holy shit, did you ever do something, man? God. Now look, I'm a huge fan of fighting, okay? I love fighting in hockey. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to close my eyes. I enjoy that shit. It's emotional. It's heat of the moment. I always enjoyed big rivalries like the Habs and the Bruins, or even the Leafs and the Sens. Those were all Great times. It's good stuff. But the showboating here is the issue in my opinion. That's where the lines were crossed. It got out of hand. But I think, it goes both ways. Because the league appeared to turn a blind eye towards Mark Woolley when he showboated and yapped at the Kitchener bench. But then, like a week later, when Xhekaj and the Rangers retaliated, and Xhekaj knocked him out and began taunting back, for some reason, they just threw the book at Xhekaj. It's kind of weird. Now, it's unclear how long Arber is going to be suspended for. It's a damn shame with the promising season he's been having down there. I really hope Mark Woolley makes a speedy recovery from this incident. And also, most importantly, I hope both of these guys, they learned something, You can't do shit like that. You can't disrespect one another on the ice. For God's sake, don't taunt the bench. And then, if you go on to knock the guy out that taunts the bench, yeah, don't showboat after the fight either. Jeez. Anyway, guys, I figured I'd share my perspective of the incident with everyone. If anybody has any other good incidents they'd like me to review, let me know in the comments section. It doesn't have to be Montreal related. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and hey, I'm out of here.